A friend gave this to me. It's Albanian. You mind translating it?
Ne thought. Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
You don't remember me. We spoke on the phone 2 days ago. I told you I would find you.
I like to give all glory, honor, and praise to the Most High. And we gonna get into it, man. Now, somebody commented that link to that clip on the comment board, you know. And I looked at it, but I didn't understand it at first, you know. And I commented back, you know, why'd you send me this? And then they commented something like, you know, this is what's gonna happen. You know, and I went back and I looked at it. And that represented judgment, man. You know what I mean? If any of you that seen the movie Taken and seen this clip right here, this represents judgment. Now we gonna get into it. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Now that's exactly what happened in that clip. You know, he showed up and they didn't know that it was time for judgment. They didn't know that it was their season of judgment. You know what I mean? Their season of celebration had ended and it was time for judgment. You know, and that's exactly how the Most High is going to come. The Most High shall descend like lightning. And they were staring death right in their face and they didn't know. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. You know? And when I had to rewatch it and I understood. I understood why he sent me that, man. So we're going to get into a few things. 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 29 through 31. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. So he shall come to the astonishment. So it's going to be a shock. It's going to be a shock, man. You see, just like those men right there, where they were sitting down, they were having their fun. They were having their season of celebration. You know what I mean? But it ended just like that. They were astonished when that guy showed up. You know? And, you know, he delivered judgment onto them, man. He killed a lot of their men. You know? A lot of lives were lost that day. And it's the same thing that's going to happen on the day of the Lord, man. Let's keep going. Revelation chapter 19, verse 11 through 14. And I saw heaven open. And behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name was called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Oh man, like a thief in the night, man. Remember, the heavens is going to roll back like a scroll. You know? 2 Ezra chapter 13 verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. With the thousands of heaven, man. You know what I mean? All things trembled that were seen under him. All things. So even a little tiny ant on the floor on that day is going to be trembling, man. You know? Oh, man. That's how it's going to be, man. 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue that man that came out of the sea. So, I mean, So you see in the video clip, you know what I mean, those guys were, you know what I mean, they were caught with their guard down. And what happened when he came in there, you know what I mean? They tried to subdue him, but it was too late, you know what I mean? It was too late. He had the you know, the advantage on them at that point. You know? So those multitude of men came to subdue him, man. But it ain't happened. Because he came in there like a thief in the night, you know what I mean? Catch them in their wickedness. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet they durst fight. So those guys were afraid, man, you know? You know? When he told them to repeat those words, and he realized who was there, man, great fear fell on those men. That's when they started reacting. You got to subdue this guy. You know what I mean? But you see, they were afraid, but they still fought. I mean, 2nd Esdras chapter 13 verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword or any instrument of war. This is the Most High's son. I mean, he don't need no guns. You know? But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. This is how it's gonna be, man. You know? Eyes like a flame of fire. You know what I mean? Holding no sword. Man. He gonna come like a thief in the night, man. That's exactly how he's gonna come. And all they were mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, everyone, so that upon a sudden of innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid. Yeah, so that's how it's gonna be, man. You know, yeah, this one ain't gonna be too long, man. I mean, that just came into my head when I seen that clip right there. You know what I mean? Judgment is gonna be swift, you know, all over the world. You know, everybody's sitting back having their season of celebration. You know, all the wicked. But it's gonna be just like that. He's gonna come, like I said, he's gonna come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, man. You know, that's how he's gonna come. You know, so all praises to the Most High for that. You know what I mean? Hopefully this was edifying, man. And with that, we give all praises to the Most High. I'm out.